Hey, it's Sigrid with Universal Pagan Temple, and today I'm going to be talking about a controversial topic. I may get this video taken down by YouTube, who knows? My videos are on Rumble as well. There's a link down in the description below. But I'm going to be talking about something that I've brought up a couple of times, but never really done an entire video on, which is America's biggest energy vampire, or should I say tax vampire, which is Israel. Now, as pagans, we shouldn't have any skin in the game. We're not Abrahamic, we're not Christian, we're not Muslim, we're not Jewish. But unfortunately, as American taxpayers, and I'm sure taxpayers that are pagan in other countries, some of their taxes go to Israel, but not like American pagans, and it's all against our will. And when I titled this video about Israel being America's biggest energy vampire, not only in taxes, but just the amount of energy going towards, our attention going towards Israel right now, it kind of can't be avoided. You can want to look away, but you really can't. And it's just, I would much rather America, it looks like America, the population is starting to turn on Israel, which is good, which brings us out of, this kind of, I'm sorry if you're a boomer, don't take offense to this, but this boomer mentality of supporting Israel as long as we have been, getting us out of that. Israel will be less of an energy vampire upon us. And the more, people start to turn away, even Christians start to turn away from supporting Israel, it becomes less and less of an energy vampire. And I'm guessing that with this video, I'm hoping to, address some of these problems. Some of us can keep an eye on it. The rest of you can, go about your merry way, and that's fine with me. Now, I understand, if you don't care about any of it in the Middle East, just keep in mind that some of us pagans do have to keep an eye on it, or at least speak up about it, in terms of, just these policies that support Israel. It's impacting the rest of the world, in that Israel is going out and making a lot of enemies with the Muslim world. And why is that important? Okay, well, Israel has gotten America involved in so many wars over the past 25 years, it's not even funny. And a lot of those Muslims are ending up in Europe. And if you've been paying attention, I shouldn't have to tell you how bad that has been for Europe. All the rape gangs, the violence. And I understand some of those are coming, some of them are coming from Africa as well. And I'm sure there's some fuckery about that as well, where America or Israel is also involved in that. Yeah, it is something that, as we're seeing Israel fall out of popularity, that we have to remain on top of or be aware of, because our tax dollars are impacting people in Europe. And it just breaks my heart when I see that, because, there are pagan brothers over there, brothers and sisters, and then, those Muslims, they just see everything as non-Muslim as a threat. And, that includes sacred pagan sites over there, in Europe and other parts of the world. But yeah, with this whole ceasefire today on October, 8th or 9th, whenever it officially became a reality, Israel then broke the ceasefire, and yeah, the whole thing is just a bunch of, again, fuckery. And Israel wants so badly for America to continue funding them that, like I said in the last video, that they're funding these churches in America to push this Israeli propaganda. And they're funding these Christian churches, mostly evangelical, born again, Protestant, what have you. They're pushing them, do whatever you want, but please, keep Israel at the forefront. And then what they're doing with this money, obviously, they're going after Muslims, but then they're also they're going after pagans now. And I've seen Christians post these comments on various social media platforms referring to Muslims as pagans. And then you see books like Pagan Threat being written. And by the way, that pastor that wrote the Pagan Threat book, Lucas Miles, he was involved with Turning Point USA as a faith leader. And they were very much involved with Israel, as we're coming to find out through Candace Owens. That's a whole lot of fuckery there as well. But it kind of brings me to the point of, American taxpayers are being forced to fund all these wars that are not only, bad for us Americans financially, as, a lot of Americans are hurting financially with inflation, and then we're sending all this money over to Israel for, these Christian Zionists that want the rapture to happen, that want Jesus to come back. And so 2/3 of the Jewish population over in Israel need to die, and then the rest of them will convert to Judaism, or not Judaism, but convert to Christianity. That's their belief. They actually believe that. But it kind of brings me to the mindset of, Israel breaking the ceasefire, is that Israel needs to be watched like a drug addict. And I say that because when I've been describing Israel, at least in my head, the need for money, the constant apologetics, they call it Hezbollah, and the constant bringing over of bad influences into the rest of the world, it reminds me of a drug addict. You have sympathy for the drug addict. You bring them into your house, okay? But they don't quit. They say that they're going to quit. And they give you big, long speeches about, oh, I'm going to quit, I'm going to quit. They bring in bad people. They keep asking for money. Like an energy vampire. They take your energy as well. And just, bring in violence into your life, just like a drug addict would do. And anybody who's been around drug addicts, or, even an alcoholic, will do the same thing. It's the same outcome. And by the way, I know not every Jewish person agrees with what Israel is doing. I'm arguing against state of Israel and their actions and what they're doing. It's not the entire worldwide Jewish population that's on board with this, so I don't even want to hear it in the comment sections. There you go. And then I keep on hearing about a possible false flag that's going to be done by Israel. And then on the other side, the pro-Israel side, you see these conservative commenters saying, Muslims are planning another 9/11. Well, in this, after Charlie Kirk was assassinated, the energies have felt a lot like post 9/11 here. Although right now in October, is kind of when America, that's when we invaded Afghanistan to go after bin Laden in 2001. So October-ish, kind of mid-October. And then there we remained for 20 plus years, spending ungodly amounts of money. But and then it just goes back to, what it was before. This hellhole for human rights, And, you know, we can only do what we can do, but, as far as that goes, yeah, the energy right now is very post 9/11. So that fear that is going through right now, you know, we're everybody in the political sphere as far as commentators go, they're worried about getting offed like Charlie Kirk was. And you know, if you were in America after 9/11, you remember watching the news, all this fear going around of another terrorist attack. And you know, I think that's when the shoe bomber came about. But yeah, you know, kind of to wrap it up, as far as pagans go, and I understand if you don't want to care about what's going on there in the Middle East, yeah, sure, go ahead. That's fine with me, you know. But unfortunately, the Israeli government is paying these Christian churches to run these propaganda campaigns, and the Christians are choosing to go after pagans, listing them as a threat. So it is kind of in our ballpark. And then, you know, like I said early in the video, all of our wars that Israel has been, you know, involved in pushing America into over the past 25 years, it's pushing Muslims into Europe, and causing them all sorts of horrible, horrible trauma. Um, it's just heartbreaking, you know, really. But yeah, anyway, thank you so much for watching. And until next time, blessed be.